Tesla just announced some huge price drops for both the Model 3 and Model Y. Prices have not been this low in years, and while some are happy, many owners are extremely furious with Tesla for doing this. Let me tell you why. Plus, Tesla just had one of their biggest product leaks ever. I've got some brand new video to show you that is making headlines in the world of Tesla that Tesla does not want you to see. I'll tell you why that's the case. And also, I've got some important updates on the Model 3 and Model Y refresh that you need to know about right now, including some all-new colors. It was an extremely busy and also extremely controversial week for Tesla news. Let me break down all the leaks, all the rumors, all the big announcements, and tell you everything you need to know about the wild world of Tesla news right now. Also, huge thanks to Recurrent for sponsoring this video. More on them in a bit. So first up, just a little quick note on Tesla Q3 delivery numbers, since there was some controversy when these came out lower than Wall Street expected. In Q3, Tesla announced that they sold 435,000 cars. That was about 20,000 less than Wall Street expected at 455,000. And many analysts were disappointed and confused and wondering what exactly happened, even though Tesla told us months ago to expect a bit of a downturn in Q3, mainly because some factories around the world would be going offline for short periods of time to make time for upgrades internally, which we now know, looking back, was exactly what happened when Tesla upgrades were done to factories, specifically in China at Giga Shanghai, to make way for the Model 3 refresh, which went into production and will soon begin deliveries. Again, Tesla warned about this last quarter. They weren't alarmed by it at all and still see that they're on track for a good Q4 and for a total sort of year goal of delivering 1.8 million vehicles before the end of 2023. Okay, next up, I feel like sort of a broken record at this point when it comes to Cybertruck news. I feel like I'm always saying it's just around the corner, it's coming soon, it's coming soon. And while yes, Tesla did miss their sort of announced Q3 delivery event for Cybertruck, as we're now in Q4, we've got more and more evidence to suggest that every single day Cybertruck is coming soon, including a new super controversial alleged leaked video that gives us our best look yet at the inside of Cybertruck and specifically the new redesigned user interface. While sightings of the release candidate Cybertrucks are becoming more and more common on public roads, we haven't gotten a proper look at the inside of the car, really at the screen, until now. And I should mention, sort of in the interest of full disclosure, there's a lot of discussion right now online inside the Tesla community on whether this was a contractor, someone who might have gotten granted access into the truck to record this video. I'm not sure who recorded the video, but it did become public. It's on YouTube, it's on X, and seeing as it's now a public video, I feel like we have the right to comment and see exactly what this video shows. So first, the video shows us sort of the driver POV, which shows off the squarish, yoke-ish looking steering wheel. This is nothing new. We've seen this before, though it is in stark contrast to the round wheel we have in the Model 3 Highland, what we've got in the Tesla Semi, and it's not the yoke that we have in the S and the X. So it's sort of like a hybrid between the yoke and the regular old round steering wheel, and of course, no stalks on either side. The video then pans and zooms in on the screen, which is where we get our best look yet at the new Cybertruck user interface. Starting on the left, we have sort of our gesture area. This is where you can swipe to shift from drive to reverse, go into park and stuff like that. This is nothing new. We see this on other stockless Teslas. But what is new here, specific to the Cybertruck, is that the app dock is in a vertical orientation on the side of the screen and not in a horizontal orientation down below, which is the case in every other Tesla. Now, the Cybertruck is supposedly packed with a larger screen than we've seen before, either 17 inches or 18 inches, depending on the source and what information is making the rounds for the day. So this is going to be a larger display, and it looks like Tesla is going to look to make the very most out of that display by sort of compacting some controls to the side. Obviously, the S and the X also have a large display, but they also have two displays. They have sort of that display right in front of the driver, sort of point of view, and then one off to the side, sort of in the middle of the car. With Cybertruck, you just have the larger display and no secondary display. So Tesla still has a lot of information to show, though it looks like they're trying to make better use of that space by compacting the app dock to the side of the screen. We also notice here the blocky, cybery font and numbers used for a lot of the UI elements, really playing into sort of the cyberpunk Cybertruck theme here, which is cool to see. And then we also get a quick zoomed in look at the digital model that appears to show the terrain around the truck change. And many are speculating that this could maybe be a live look at the terrain, that the truck would basically use the different cameras around it to map the elevation of certain things. You could see when a part of the road was elevated and one was sort of lower, or the different objects around you. I'm not exactly sure what this is, if it's a stylized thing or if it's a real sort of live in real time mapping thing. There's some discussion on exactly what that is. We don't know as of right now. And then we also get a very brief shot of the screen and the different camera angles of the screen, which I zoomed in to confirm this, does in fact have labeled specifically a front camera. We know that the Cybertruck does have a front camera on the bumper, and we saw before in a leaked photo that was accessible from the main display. And here again, we're getting confirmation that yes, you can see the front, left, and right, at least in this image, those three different camera angles and vantage points here from the main display. So not exactly sure how else Tesla may utilize this now 360-degree camera setup, but we do have an accessible front camera that we can see on the screen here in Cybertruck. We then get a quick shot of the RGB ambient lighting bar that is here in Cybertruck and looking good, and then also a really interesting look at the wireless charging setup inside a Cybertruck. Unlike other Teslas that sort of have a wireless charging pad in sort of the front of the car, this has a wireless charging pad in more of a, I want to say it's like a vertical orientation. It looks like the phone really drops in more than it sort of lays on a pad, which I actually think is better. So as you drive, when your phone moves around, it's going to stay on that wireless charging pad to be charged. That's going to be super cool. And also it looks like you can use the key card in that area too. Not exactly sure what this video is showing, but we do get a look at that. We see the front cup holders, and then we get a good shot of the space in front of the center cup holder and center area there, which is a good amount of space for extra storage. We get a quick shot of the back seats and also a pretty good look at glass on Cybertruck as well. We can see sort of the roof and then what your point of view is like looking out the front. Interesting to me here is that this is very, very similar to the Model X. The Model X gives you that big panoramic windshield. There's no obstructions. You really can get a great view of what's in front of you. Cybertruck isn't that good, but it is very close. You do have sort of a bar there that's going to obstruct your view there that does hold the sun visors. The sun visors are a bit different than how they are on the X. But if we're talking about sort of being able to see your surroundings as clear as possible, Model X is probably the best, totally unobstructed, and Cybertruck is a super close second, maybe tied with Tesla Semi. Now, as exciting as all this talk of new Teslas is and all these cool changes, I feel like you guys are probably thinking one of two things. Either you're looking at these changes, you're super excited, you are ready to sell your current EV and jump into one of these brand new Teslas. And also I feel like there's many of you who are going, look, these are great changes. I think they look amazing, but I love my EV and I want to keep it around for as long as possible, keep that range up and keep that battery healthy. And no matter which way you might be leaning the day you're watching this video, either one way or the other, I am here to help you with both of those options, really thanks to this video sponsor Recurrent, which is doing so many amazing things in the EV space, including making it really easy to help you buy, sell, or keep your EV for as long as possible. Now, regular viewers of this channel know that I absolutely love Recurrent, but if you're new around here, first off, welcome, thanks for watching. Secondly, let me tell you the top 3 reasons why I love Recurrent, why they're amazing, and why you're gonna love them too. Number 1 is that they'll send you a totally free battery report to your email inbox every single month automatically. That's going to give you an incredible amount of insight into the data surrounding the health of your EV's battery. You can see here how your vehicle compares to other vehicles in the Recurrent fleet. You can see how your charging habits might be helping or hurting the long-term health of your battery, and even how things like temperature might be affecting the real-world range you're going to get in your EV. Reason number 2 is that if you do have the itch to trade in your EV for something new, Recurrent's going to help you in that arena as well, as they can easily get you connected to dealers in just a couple of simple clicks who really understand the value of a healthy EV battery. They'll even calculate a good battery premium so you can get better offers from these dealers who understand this stuff and potentially make some more money when you go to sell your EV. No spammer commitments here, just offers you can accept or ignore. And then reason number 3 that I love Recurrent is that they're going to help you with the buying process too. They've got a really amazing tool on their website that lets you plug in a VIN of a used EV you're looking at, and you can actually run a Recurrent report on that vehicle to get a really good insight into the health of that that EV battery to make sure it's in tip-top shape and gonna last you for years and years, or if it may not be a good purchase to move forward with. If you want to learn more about Recurrent, check it out for yourself today. And again, sign up for that totally free monthly battery report, or check out some of the other amazing free tools they have to offer. Hit the link down below to learn more and check out Recurrent for yourself today. In addition to this video, again, we get photos and videos and posts every day of Cybertruck sightings. These trucks are seemingly everywhere these days. And also we got this image of allegedly some special merchandise being sent to the Cybertruck launch team, sort of signifying that they are part of the launch team and hopefully suggesting that a delivery event is imminent, maybe even sometime as soon as this month. We know that Giga Texas is going full steam ahead on building these Cybertrucks. They even just finished their new sort of grand entryway and lobby, so maybe a Cybertruck event could be happening sometime before the end of October. Next up, I want to take a quick minute to sort of circle back to some exciting Model 3 and Model Y news that sort of got passed up in the news cycle because some other things happened. Lots here to get excited about, and I feel like some of the recent shuffles, maybe some people might have missed some of this cool stuff over the last couple of days. For example, one of the most interesting pieces of news is that in addition to some new colors that look like they're finally coming to the Model Y out of Giga Texas, we're also hearing that Tesla, switching gears just for a moment, I've got some good news that you are all going to absolutely love. Tesla has cut prices of their vehicles over and over again this year, and just when we thought things couldn't get any better, Tesla proves us wrong and continues to bring prices down. On the Model Y side, the long range is about $2,000 off now, $48,490 versus about $50,490 a couple of days ago. And for the Model Y Performance, also again down about $2,000, down from $54,490 to $52,490. Now for the new Model Y rear-wheel drive, this new standard range offering in the US, no price change there, but this is already a pretty aggressive priced car at $43,990, and again, that is pre any sort of federal or state or local tax incentives. Model 3 lineup is a pretty similar story. Model 3 rear-wheel drive down to $38,990. Man, when you add in the federal tax credit in there, you're just a hair over $30,000. It's a really great deal. Long-range Model 3 is down to $45,990, and Model 3 Performance down to just $50,990 from $53,240. We've got some new guidance from the federal government on the EV tax incentive for next year, and as rumors had suggested, starting in 2024, the $7,500 federal tax credit can be taken as a point of sale credit, basically a discount, when you take delivery of an EV starting sometime next year. Now, of course, there are still different qualifiers for the vehicle. There are MSRP caps, there are income limitations, but assuming you qualify, instead of sort of waiting till you file taxes to get that money back, you should be able to elect to take that $7,500 discount at the time of purchase. Basically, the dealer is going to get that discount. They'll basically give you the discount, then they get the money from the government several days later. But all that to say is that incentives should be even better next year, as the price will come down dramatically. You don't have to wait months and months to get that money back in your account. You can save it when you actually take delivery, which is very cool to see. And while I should say that potential owners are very excited that prices keep going lower and lower, existing owners aren't super happy because this just continues to hurt the resale value of their vehicles, not only for the 3 and the Y, but talk to Model S or Model X owners who have seen a price drop of their cars so significant that some owe more on the balance sheet for their loan of an S or an X than it would cost to get a new one. These price drops are great for owners who haven't become owners yet, potential owners, but not so great for people who own Teslas, and some of them, a lot of them, are very upset. As far as new colors go, again, we got some images of what looks to be either the Stealth Gray or Quicksilver Gray option coming out of Giga Texas. The current rumor as of right now is that Texas now has an upgraded paint shop capability that was added sort of with the downtime in the last week or so. So some new colors could be coming there. Still no idea of when we could see those new colors launch, but looks like they're gearing up to hopefully launch those soon. Probably starting first with the Model Y Giga Texas, and then hopefully coming to the 3 sometime a little later on, probably with the refresh. And speaking of that refresh, I wanted to give a bit of an update on the Model 3 and Model Y release timeline, since we've gotten a bunch of news on both of those cars over the last couple of days, and the new timelines can be a little bit confusing depending on where you are in the world. For example, over in China, this customer base is very exclusive as of right now because they're the only ones that have access to an all-new Model 3 and Model Y. They, of course, have access and can order the refreshed Model 3 Highland, which is being built at Giga Shanghai, but they also are the only ones that have access to this new Model Y, which is sort of a stopgap update that includes some new black 19-inch Gemini wheels on the outside, some new textured material that ditches the wood on the interior, and also a new ambient lighting strip that is built into the new interior inside of this new Model Y. As of right now, we know this is being built at Giga Shanghai for that market. Not sure if they're going to export this to other areas that Giga Shanghai exports vehicles to as of now, though new Model 3 and Model Y totally exist right now in China, but that's not the case in other parts of the world. We know that the refreshed Model 3 Project Highland will begin initial delivery sometime this month, depending on where you are in China or in Europe, so look forward to that if you have a reservation open. And then on the Model Y side, things are a little bit confusing, again, depending on where you live in the world. And the Model Y lineup has drastically changed. We don't have the black 19-inch Gemini wheels, we don't have the new interior lighting or any of those changes, but we do have a new, or what was an older, new Model Y base model that has some interesting features and is cheaper than we've almost ever seen before. The new standard range Model Y here in the United States is a rear-wheel drive model, so Tesla has ditched the older all-wheel drive model with the 4680 structural battery pack. They removed that a couple of weeks ago, and that is now gone, but in its place is a new rear-wheel drive standard range Model Y that's thousands of dollars cheaper than the long-range model, and even, I think, about $3,000 cheaper than the older base model they offered just a couple of weeks ago. That means, at least here in the US, the Model Y now starts at $43,990, and if you're eligible for the full $7,500 federal tax credit, you're looking at well under $40,000 for the base Model Y, which gives you a lot. It's really only missing a little bit of performance and range, and I believe it has an LFP-based battery over a, is it NSC? I don't know. The other battery chemistry, you guys can correct me down below. Two different battery chemistries. We can debate which one is superior in the comments down below, but a nice new discount to the Model Y. But there's a big question as to when are we going to see these other new models? As for the new Model 3, the current estimate as of, the insider community is that we're still about 5 to 6 months away from seeing a Model 3 refresh launch in North America, with a timeline right now being sometime tentatively in Q1 of 2024. So we're still months away from seeing that new 3. As for the Model Y refresh, the big Juniper refresh, that won't be coming out internationally until the end of 2024 at the earliest, which means if Tesla sort of follows their current patterns, we won't see the new Model Y in North America until 2025. So it's a bit confusing to give recommendations on what models to buy and what models available and when to do what, because it's very different around the world. If you do have access to the new Highland Model 3 right now, it's an amazing car and it looks really incredible. If you're in the States like I am, or in the general North America area, it's a little bit tougher to recommend what you should do. On one hand, the incentives are very good right now and the Model 3 is still a great car. But on the other hand, the case to be made is that this new Highland Model 3 is better in almost every single way and might just be worth waiting for if you can wait another 6 months and potentially lose some of those federal incentives. I also wanted to share a really cool video that gives us an insane amount of detail and a really great look at the Tesla Semi. Tesla has been fairly quiet about this vehicle since Frito-Lay, I believe, took their initial deliveries about a year or so ago. It's been a little while, but Jay Leno's Garage did a really great in-depth, like 40+ minute video just on Tesla Semi. They talked to some Tesla executives on the project, and we really get a great idea of how this works, an inside look at the design process, and just a really fascinating video if you're interested in the Tesla Semi. So if you do want to check that video out, I'll leave a link down below, but just a really good 40-minute little journey into Tesla Semi and exactly how it works and how it sort of plays into the larger Tesla ecosystem. All right, guys, so I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the news of this video? Your thoughts on the Model 3 refresh, Model Y? Things are a little confusing. Your thoughts on all this stuff? What colors would you like to see Tesla release soon? Hopefully, new colors coming soon. Let me know down below. Also, I want to say thank you to you guys. I see a lot of comments. I read all the comments. Some people are nice, some people aren't so nice. But I want to say for those of you who stayed till the end, first off, you're very nice, so thank you very much. And also, I want to give you guys a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card. It's been a couple of weeks since I did this, but I'm bringing it back. If you want to win $25 of free Amazon money, All you've got to do is drop a comment down below and give me, let's do some feedback, some constructive criticism on these videos. Tell me what you would like to see. Is there a specific category of news you'd like me to cover? Should I broaden out my approach beyond Tesla to other EVs? Do you want to see tutorials? Could I fix something in the videos to make them more interesting? You let me know your thoughts down below. And also at the end of whatever you type down there, throw an emoji, throw a thumbs up emoji, throw a smiley face emoji, throw an angry face emoji. An emoji is gonna let me know that you stayed till the end. And if you did do that, I appreciate it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.